Big round of applause, I said. Hi, Johannes. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Hannah. Take a seat, please. How are you? Early morning?
Oh, it's fine.
It's
not,
fine?
Not that early, so
fine.
Okay, yeah, all right.
quite awake.
I'm so happy that we started with the topic already with the running reporter, because both of the contributions really already get into the topic we would like to present today. So I'm really happy that.
So it definitely matches in regards of content, and they
Yes.
have not talked about it too much. So the topic which you are driving covers both the IT and OT network plans, but maybe we get a quick introduction of who's in charge for what here. Johannes, you want to start?
Sure. So I'm portfolio manager for services and solutions for our industrial network business.
And Hannah?
I'm head of sales development for the rugged and industrial networks in Siemens.
All right. So why is that important, and why is the topic so important, and what are the challenges which our customers do face in regards of IT, OT?
First of all, thank you for having us. It's an honor to have the possibility to present OT, IT network conversions topic here at Siemens stage at SPS 2023. There are a couple of topics in industrial digitalization that lead our customers to thinking more about how to achieve secure data flow between their production and northbound systems. We talk about ERP systems for order handling, warehouse management systems for material flow management, and manufacturing execution systems, or MOMS, for production planning, scheduling, and execution. Moreover, we also encourage our customers to do the general data collection in order to have sufficient data also for later evaluation and further process optimization. All of that is important, and the one sees that all of these systems have to be in constant exchange with the production side just to keep everything up and smoothly running. And one has to prepare the proper integration between the systems. So you see that it is not just about the cable to be prepared.
Yes, and connecting IT and OT is also not just made by plugging a cable, but when you do that, you really have to think about the differences between IT and OT network. And I brought with me a quite simple model or example which shows this quite well. In the IT, typically the top priority is going to be the confidentiality of the data. You want to make sure that the intellectual property is actually secure. And afterwards, you think of the topics of integrity and availability of the data. If you ask it to an OT person, they're probably going to say, well, for me, I actually need this to be a little bit flipped around. For me, the most important thing is always availability. I want to have my production up and running. And moreover, it needs to be deterministic, and it needs to be safe. And afterwards, of course, confidentiality and integrity matter as well, but maybe not as much. So it's a simple example, but it already shows like some of the main differences. And when you design the network infrastructure, these actually matter and come into play as well.
So which trends keeps our customers busy?
First of all, our customers are driven by the digitalization. Who doesn't digitalize, doesn't achieve the necessary effects of the performance maximization, waste reduction, and further process optimization through data mining. Secondly, many of our larger customers strive for uniform network concepts worldwide, just to make sure that they can effectively manage their factories' networks without having to invest in an extensive skilled workforce.
And the topic of a lack of skilled workforce is a general one, and anyone might face that. But we have actually our partners program and a lot of partners, as well as our Siemens professional services team, to support here wherever needed.
And I have another example, another trend, and we covered the trend here at Siemens booth as well, and it is industrial metaverse. That concept takes our customers to the next level. They have to achieve real data exchange. They leverage artificial intelligence as well, and they utilize tools for complete system modeling and simulation. All of that requires performant networks with high throughput network devices, with having a necessity and possibility to cover the networks from the production cell up to the level of the industrial data center, and moreover to the IT part of the network.
So looking at all these challenges ahead and which our customers are already facing, do you have any recommendations to overcome these hurdles? And I can imagine it's not that easy to pick the right decision for the different challenge.
Yeah, we see these hurdles, of course. We see it with our customers quite often, and we don't only talk about basic differences between discrete and process industries requirements. Our customers work with different processes and in different environments. So we talk about extended temperature ranges, necessity to physically protect and disconnect the areas with safety requirements, maintenance concepts for machine access by suppliers have to be very well organized in order not just to leave any unnecessary door open for potential cyber attacks. And for that reason, we work on network concepts. And we prepared the network concept for various customers from various industries. And maybe if you see it behind me already, there is very, very complex picture. And I just have to put the disclaimer, don't start studying it at this moment.
It does look complex, I have to say. In German, we would say Wimmelbild.
Search well, though.
Yeah. So we wanted to show that example anyway, and this is the example of the network concept for the industry of food and beverage. Why did we bring this example? It's a very nice combination of the requirements for process and discrete industries, and you have to also cover like primary and secondary processes at the very same time. So that's why. And if we look at the detail, you see that we really cover individual processes because each of the processes requires different secure connection, but also we are preparing the redundant aggregation and backbone part of the network at the same time.
Yeah, to add to that, I mean, the cell level and the cell network always will be important because that is what makes sure that the production is running and the machines are running and we're producing something. But we also take care in our blueprints about the upper layer where the production data is going to be collected and then can be processed in an industrial data center. Or this is also where the connection to the IT is coming into play. And also there we want to have best practices and configuration examples to really show how to do that. And these are thoroughly tested by us. So we don't just release anything, but we want to make sure that it works. Because that's the most important thing, right? It has to work. It's the production. Mm-hmm. And it has to work like a knife going through butter, right?
Hot knife through butter.
Exactly. And I actually have a couple of examples where we managed to do that with these best practices which we talk about. The first one is I like very much because I was lucky enough to be part of that project, is out of a brewery in Munich, where we managed to deploy their new production network in 2 phases. Each of those phases was about a week, and we managed to do this without planning any additional downtime.
Wow.
And another example is a little bit further south from Italy, Barilla. Mm-hmm. They said their main challenge was implementing the new production network during the time when the system were still running or only in the few times where they could be shut down. And together with us and our very competent partner IT Core in Italy, they managed to do this with 0 downtime.
Wow, that is a number, I have to say. But it sounds like a big task and a lot to implement and to take care of. So how do customers get from where they are right now to the desired degree of network excellence?
It might seem like a big task, and maybe some might also be overwhelmed. But this is where we and our Siemens professional service colleagues can come in and support. And we typically do this in a phased approach. So we start with the analysis phase, where we want to get to know the customer, their specific requirements. And we typically do this with a health check, or if security is also a major topic, we can do like a security assessment as well. And with what we gain out insight in the analysis phase, we take over to the design and consulting phase, where we can plan out the network and the nitty-gritty details, what needs to be considered. And then we make sure that we're not telling fairy tales, but we actually make sure that it works in the end in the integration phase on site, and we don't leave until the network works as intended. And of course, we have training services to support all the way so the customer can operate the new systems as well.
I like that. My key takeaways are we are not selling fairy tales. We need to do a health check and
Yes.
data must flow. Am I right?
Yes,
Now,
absolutely.
Hannah, Thursday morning, let's use this third day at SPS to the fullest. Where can our customers find you and Johannes and the topics you just mentioned?
We are on the right side, so from my perspective, just follow where I'm pointing to. You definitely won't miss us because we have the model, shining model, I have to say, and also dialogue stations with the colleagues prepared to answer your pain points or open topics connected with the networking in OT, and also some newest additions in our Scale portfolio.